Okay, so I just finished doing the final touches to this in order to get it into the fuel tank installed, and I'm gonna go through what I did. So wiring wise, I used some connectors that I crimped, and I used some shrink tubing over them. And yeah, I zip tied it all weird looking, but that's on purpose. Just in case my, even though this is supposed to be fuel resistant shrink tubing, if it fails, I don't want this to become bare and touch the other one because there's no connector. So I did it like this weird zip tie loop. It's on purpose. You know, I will be opening up and looking at the condition of this whenever I'm doing like an oil change or something. Why? Because that's how I do things. Just to verify this is working. If it's not, I will change this wiring up. All right. And I am going to be using the factory connector. I depinned it. So currently what I'm thinking about doing is finding some of these connectors and pin in stronger wires and then push it back into the connector. And once I do that test and get that going, then I'll proceed to modifying the harness in the car. But for now, because I'm not going to run the car long just to get it running and whatnot, I'm just going to plug it in once this is all installed and do testing and everything, and then a week or two afterwards, because I don't drive the car daily, I'll modify the wiring complete. So in a way, after looking at all of this right here and seeing what this thing did, I opted to use it. So what I did was I took this hose and I whitened it. How did I whiten it? I jammed this bolt with the how far I wanted to go into it with this impact on, and basically to open it up. Right, once it was opened, I grabbed some, this is some gasket maker that is also fuel resistant. I say it's fuel resistant, not fuel proof, but it should get the job done for now. And if this connection fails, then I'll figure out a different way to this connection right here. If it fails, then I'll figure out a different way. So what I did is I once I put it on, I used the my heat gun to kind of heat shrink it onto that fitting. Then I took it off. After it cooled off, I used some of this sealant or gasket maker into the hose, and then I used a small hose clamp just to make sure that this stays assembled. Why? Well, this has a little restrictor in it. All right, and all it does is allow fuel to dump into this let's just call it a basket, right? Which is what I want originally. But this little thing right here has a itty bitty hole in it. See if you can see it. But what I notice is that when that is installed here, right, it has a little separation. So what I see that thing doing is like pushing fuel into this. So I kind of, Honda designed it that way for a reason, and I want to take advantage of that design and have some flow pushing fuel into this. It doesn't hurt. So when this is inside the gas tank and the gas tank is full, there's no big deal. But once the fuel gets low, you want to have every available option to keep fuel into this. And since like I mentioned, when you're taking a turn, you don't want just gravity to this, to the fuel just to come out. This will assist on maintaining fuel in this cage. So that's why I opted to use this. And no, I'm not saying that I know everything about this. This is just me dissecting it and say, okay, what makes sense? And that's how it makes sense to me. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that that's probably how it works. Anyways, so with that being said, with this current setup and this being installed in here, be mindful I'm working with one hand. Get in there. Okay. Alright, so now I can make sure I line everything the way I want it and have that at the lowest point and install this like so. Tuck it into this little retainer right here. All right, and push it down. So now this is looking like it used to be from factory. And if you can see in there, now that is at the lowest point. So it will maintain my reservoir filled the way I want it. And when this is inside the car and it crushes down, it's going, that in there is going to maintain the same level. So it's going to work out perfectly. And then this obviously gets plugged back in. And I'm done modifying this for now. Like I said, I will be taking this off and on and inspecting, making sure that what I did is working properly. But I believe that this right now is going to work perfect once it is installed in the car. So, you know, so far I'm building my own pump system. I say that maybe in materials and in parts I have, I'll say close to $400. But if I was to buy, let's say the in-tank drop-in freaking pump that flows 400 CFM or whatever, I mean, you know what I mean, the fuel per liter pumps and whatnot. Those pumps, I looked them up before and I think they were like close to $1,000. I think this is still a better option, and hopefully it works. If it doesn't and I fail at it, then I'll just suck it up and buy the expensive one. Why not, right? But for now, that looks like it's going to work, and I am currently installing some parts, but I need one part that I ordered for the car. Hopefully that comes in, and I'll get that situated soon. Later.